interest because there is possibility of it being used in various magnetic devices because this temperature is close to room temperature and can be tuned. So technological implications are there, but more importantly, from our point of view, it's a very unusual phenomenon where electronic and magnetic properties are extremely and very delicately coupled together. So this is what I've pointed out here. Now, let me show you that the electronic structure of this system is also very unusual. Let me compare it with the lanthanum strontium cobaltate system, which I told you, which is the more usual insulator to metal transition when you do strontium in place of lanthanum. This is a very old transparency from one of my ex-students who also spent 3 years in Japan, China, for his thesis work. This is lanthanum cobaltate, this Fermi energy, this helium-1 spectrum. Lanthanum cobaltate is insulator, and indeed you find there's no density of states at the Fermi energy. And then begins the T2G emission of the lanthanum cobaltate. You dope the system with holes, you find there's finite density of states right at the Fermi energy growing up, signifying an insulator to metal transition, as one would indeed expect. So this is the usual behavior that one expects. Compare this with the behavior of lanthanum strontium manganese oxygen. There's another paper that China published in 1993. Now lanthanum manganate doped with strontium. This is lanthanum manganate Fermi energy. There's no density of states at the Fermi energy, and as we go, one doesn't see any density of states at Fermi energy, even for such gold doping, which shows an insulator to metal transition. So this looks very unusual. One could of course say, look, what you're doing is doping holes. You're not doping electrons. So if you're doping holes, the best place to look for it is in the unoccupied part of the spectrum, not in the occupied part, because hole doped states will show up more strongly in the unoccupied part, and that's true. So if you look at, for example, in the lanthanum strontium cobaltate system, once again apply the same theorem. This is the intense peak, so we are not interested in this region, right? Because any intense peak is uninteresting to the spectroscopist. So these are lanthanum 4F. This is the upper Hubbard band, the so-called upper Hubbard band. And if you do in lanthanum cobaltate, you find strong growth of states right at the Fermi energy. Very, very drastic and strong. Okay. Compare this with lanthanum strontium manganate. This is the upper Hubbard band, no density of states at the Fermi energy. As you go on doping, there are states growing here, but at the Fermi energy, there's hardly any states that can be seen. Thereby showing that this system is very, very different from the cobaltite system. Then, this was all in 92. We did this experiment. We published several papers in 93. It took us another 3 years before, or 2 years to do the kind of experiment we wanted to do. In the meantime, giant magnetoresistance was discovered in these materials. We were working on it before that. So we looked at temperature variation of this system with high resolution. We have recorded at 3 different temperatures here, 25 Kelvin, 100 Kelvin, 200 Kelvin. These experiments were done both in Tokyo as well as in Germany, in Berlin. You find that at the lowest temperature, this black spectrum. As you increase the temperature, you lose intensity from this region and transfer weight in this region. This is a very surprising phenomenon. This is not seen in any other system. That you have spectral weight transfer over several electron volts. Remember, the spectral weight transfer is taking over an energy range of 8 electron volts. The thermal energy is in the order of tens of milli-electron volt. So there are several order of magnitude difference between the thermal energy and the energy over which spectral weight is being redistributed. And this is something I must admit we do not fully understand. What is the reason for this? We have some hypothesis, but we have no rigorous statement, and so I shall not try to explain this any further. But I'll now like to concentrate on the energy scale very close